Following Uganda Police Force Annual Crimes Report of 2023 shows that 14,681 cases were reported on domestic violence, 14,846 cases on sexual assault. However, 1,520 cases reached courts of laws, with 423 resulting in convictions. This is attributed to a number of reasons, among others fear of reprisal, shame, guilt and stigma, limiting access to justice and increase in such crimes.
That the numbers above, though scary on their own, they only represent those who are brave enough to report these cases to relevant authorities. Many more possibly go unreported, growing in a huge population of invisible survivors of these erroneous acts.
With this alarming rise in numbers of gender-based violence crimes, prompted the Forum for Women in Democracy to conduct a budgeting for peace study, so to estimate the economic costs of the effects of violence against women and girls at the national level.
We have launched this study as a part of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, as part of our contribution to building the collective voice that we need to show how serious the issue of violence against women and girls is.
The report shows that Uganda loses over 31 trillion to gender-based violence annually at national level, as individuals and households use their hard-earned incomes to pay for post-violence services.
Our study is a cost-benefit analysis, so it looks at loss of productivity and loss of income as a result of violence against women. It also looks at death and the costs that are incurred because of death. It also looks at the extra burden that households incur because either a man or a woman has died.
They further urged the government to track government expenditure on these crimes.
So to us, the goal is to see that at least we respond to this kind of violence.
It's cool that interventions for prevention and response to violence against women be mainstreamed in plans and budgets for peaceful homes and communities.
Other participants called for collaborative efforts so as to curb gender-based violence crimes in the
that are robbed from these women and girls, about the terror of the survivors, and about the costs, financial, emotional, and psychological.
Creating safe spaces for survivors of sexual and gender-based violence, providing access to psychological support, legal aid and economic empowerment are needed in the advocacy for violence against women and girls.